Hi guys, man, it's back again with another video. Welcome back to the channel, first of all. So Fujifilm just released the new camera, the GFX 100, the GFX100RF. It's actually quite mouthful because you already have the GFX camera itself, and you have the X100 series, which is one of the most popular camera in the world. Point. I've had one. I have the X100VI or X106. I've used that camera for a few times, and it's a very beautiful camera. So for Fuji to come, not really out of the blue, with this medium format of a bust, this camera is 102 megapixel medium format camera, 102 megapixel medium format that weigh under 100 kilogram. A whole camera, a medium format camera weighing under 1 kilogram, has a lens. It's unheard of. I think they have really found something to compete maybe against the Leica Q3. Be it that camera is a Super 35, not a Super 35, 35 mil full frame camera with a faster lens. We'll get into like the nitty gritty of all of that, and so there are quite a lot of reviews already on this camera. It came out yesterday. Should I post this video today, which is like the 21st of March? So it came out on the 20th of March, on the 20th of March. So if I'm able to get this edit done. So, but this is just for a perspective of a Fuji user. I've been using a lot of Fuji, but I've never actually used a medium format. So just one of the reasons being that it's quite unreachable. And for the type of work that I do, it's going to kind of slow me down. I do a lot of portrait work, but I really do enjoy shooting a little faster. So I've been using a Fuji X-T1 and a Fuji X-T2, and I still love the color from that camera. So this camera basically is a rangefinder style. For those who have used the X100VI, but it doesn't have that optical viewfinder that the X100 VI or V has. So it's a little different, just a screen. So 102 megapixel, that's a lot of megapixel. And the weight is actually really what very intriguing, that because that's a medium format camera that weighs less than 1 kilogram, which is unheard of, which is very good. They kind of compressed a whole big camera into that. So it has 35mm f4 lens, which is kind of the controversial part with a lot of people, because they say that lens is very slow. And I mean, the purpose of the video, it's of the not the video of the camera itself already lends itself to a lens of that nature. It's true that you're not getting a ton of light, you're not getting a ton of bokeh, but because it's 100 megapixel, I think it's excusable, and that lens is probably the same lens that they use at on the X100 series. So the price point of the camera itself, because it's just under $4,000, so you can imagine that already. So the price point already makes it that if they had to develop a new lens for this camera, it probably would have been a little bit more than that. So R&D costs, I think, that go taken into consideration. So it has a digital teleconverter, and the 102 megapixel really allows it to have that digital teleconverter where you can shoot like at 35mm, you can shoot at 38mm, you can shoot at 45mm, at 63mm, and at 80mm. So medium format language, it's probably like a 28 to 50, 60-ish focal length, so which is really good. And so for at least for the people that have been holding this camera, the ergonomics feels very right. It's just a little bit bigger than some XT series camera, which is very surprising because they really shrunk that camera. So I saw a video where somebody was comparing it in terms of size to the X-T5, and there was not much difference about that. So, and we know Fuji, in terms of buttons, they do give us a lot of buttons when it comes to the camera, which is something I always appreciate. There are plenty of buttons. I think in terms of that, you can maybe watch the Petapixel review, which really does give a lot of customization in terms of the buttons, and there are buttons all over the place in this camera. I always enjoy Fuji for that, because you can customize so many buttons and you can shoot it so very well. So the dials, there are quite a few dials. There's one dial for aspect ratio, which you can literally just flick to different aspect ratio. That one is really good, because when you shoot RAW, it's already kind of crops your photos for you when you put it on your editor. It gives you a preview of that. You can still keep the full size raw that you've shot, but if you choose JPEG, obviously it's gonna crop to that aspect ratio, which is good, especially if you want like faster delivery. And there are a few controversial points about the camera that a lot of people have raised, and one of them, or I have three of them actually here. So first of all, the biggest question that I ask myself, is this a product that people really need? And the general question will be, medium format has always been a niche product per se. So it's what people do that generally do product, some landscape here and there and stuff like that. But this one is kind of bridging the gap between professional and non-professional. I wouldn't say amateur, but non-professional. People who probably have money that can allow themselves to spend $5,000 or so, or $3,000 or $4,000 on a camera that they want to take everywhere. This is a camera that you can literally take everywhere for high quality photos and maybe video, because it also has an ND filter, but it doesn't have in-body stabilization. This camera is normally targeted to photographer, not really videographer. That's why I feel like an in-body stabilization, yeah, it is needed at some point, but it's a camera that may not be used in studio, probably going to be used on the field, of people that go outside to shoot a lot. It's a camera that's going to be put on tripods. So is this a needed product? If Fuji, it didn't cost Fuji much to make it, it's not a product, it's not a bad product to have, to be honest. In the lineup, it's really not a bad product to have. And it's not even Leica prices, it's just below Leica prices. So the criticism, yeah, they're understandable, because people will always criticize something, even if it's really, really good or not. We'll look at the cells, and these are just previews and stuff. So I'm hoping to have my hands on one. I'm sure that my Fuji rep here in South Africa will be able to get me a copy of that camera. And I know the guy is always able to pull miracles. So I'm definitely going to have one. So that's just a little bit of my impression about this camera, to be honest. I'm very, very excited about it. And I think Fuji is really typically now trying to compete and, trying to push stuff outside, because I don't remember them really, really pushing so many products at once so fast and so quickly. So I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace out. And don't forget to subscribe. Bye.